I knew I wanted to be a coach. When you're on your feet on the touchline managing and you're a part of what you did as a player, this time as a manager, but you're still on the field. I think it's what satisfies me, and clearly it's still making an impression on me, even when I'm on the touchline.
It was a necessity that Juanito Gutiérrez started to sense after hanging up his boots, passing through the Betis second team and having his first management experience with San Roque de Lepe in the second division. A category in which the man from Cádiz started in the world of football with the idea of staying a long time.
I was so happy just playing football. I didn't think about reaching the elite level, the first division or anything like that. But yes, that year at Recre was key. I had a great year. I learned a lot about defensive strategy from Lucas Alcaraz. I was a carefree player. I played centre-back but attacked a lot. I loved getting up the pitch. But my job was to defend. Having a coach like Alcaraz in my career was crucial.
At Recreativo, he learnt everything he needed to return to Betis and debut in the first division.
When I made my debut in the first division, I was quite old. I made my debut against Valladolid in the 4th or 5th match day of the 2001-2 season. Juan de Ramos was the Betis coach. I was 25. My opportunity came late, but I took my chance because that year I had a really good season. We got into the UEFA Cup and we were about to get into the Champions League with a team that had recently been promoted. And by the following year, I was playing for Spain.
But after 8 seasons at Real Betis, he decided to bring his time to an end with the Verdiblancos. A painful decision for the central defender.
I knew I was going to leave Betis, but not because I'd completed my time as a player there, but because I'd completed my contract, and I wanted a new contract which reflected my experience. So I left because I was so angry with the way the club had treated me. Even though in sporting terms, I was pleased because Betis had stayed up that season. Not being able to leave Betis with dignity hurt me a great deal. I was sad when I went to Atletico Madrid, and I don't know if that affected my performances. I didn't want to leave that way.
His destination was Atletico Madrid. The club wasn't going through its best ever period, but it still gave him the chance of competing in Europe.
The club has gone through tremendous changes. It's so different from how it was when I arrived. It's much more professional. It's a huge club. Although the team had qualified for the Champions League, the situation was very chaotic. Atletico Madrid hadn't won anything for a long time, and after a bad year in La Liga with the firing of Abel and the arrival of Quique Sanchez Flores, we had spectacular runs in the Europa League and the Copa del Rey. We made it to the finals of both. I was lucky enough to be in that Atletico team that won the Europa League and the UEFA Super Cup. After, I had to move to Valladolid to continue my career, and then later I retired.
He's played with great footballers, although one caught his attention above the rest.
For me, Xavi Hernandez caught my eye as a footballer and for his vision on the pitch when I was with him in the national side. I've never seen anyone do what he did on the pitch. He always knew who was around him. He's the only player who I think has changed the style of football as much for Barca as for the national team.
Now, while he looks for a new destination as a manager, he continues enjoying the Liga BBVA, where he emphasizes the role of Atletico Madrid in the last few seasons.
What Atletico Madrid did 2 years ago and what they're doing, especially this year, with a much worse team than that of 2 years ago, deserves tremendous credit. That Atletico Madrid could compete on the same level as Barcelona and Real Madrid. The fact they won a league title and almost a Champions is unbelievable. Those two teams were at a level nobody could touch. Atletico snuck in every year. For me, what they did is one of the greatest achievements in football this century.